Cliff dwelling here at Mesa Verde, but also it's the largest cliff dwelling anywhere in North America. So it's a really special place we get to go down into today. And we're going to, of course, talk about the dwelling itself once we get down there. But one thing that I like to focus on my tours is the people who built Cliff Palace, as well as the people who lived in Cliff Palace, because this is a place where people lived. These are homes, and so that's what I want to kind of talk about today. The ancestral Puebloan people, they lived on this landscape for hundreds of years, kind of the late 500s through almost 1300, and so it wasn't until kind of the last 100 years or so that they started building in the actual alcoves, what we call alcove sites or cliff dwellings. I'll use that interchangeably, but basically it was the last 100 years or so that they started building in there, and so we'll talk about that today. But something that I love to focus on, because oftentimes when we think about ancient cultures, we think that they didn't have the same kind of technology that we do, so they were just kind of scraping by. They were, surviving is oftentimes what we hear. So something that I want to get by today, by the end of the tour, hopefully we realize that these folks were thriving on this landscape. I like to say thriving, not surviving. If anyone's heard that phrase, it's one of my favorite phrases. So that's what we're going to talk about. Before we head down, 3 important things that we need to discuss. One, you are about to partake in a physical activity that is considered strenuous. What I mean by that is obviously we're up here at the Overlook and Cliff Palace is down there in the canyon, which means we're going to have to go down in the canyon. Eventually we're going to have to come back out of the canyon. And so what that entails, I know you all read your tickets, but I'm just going to go over it once again, where we're going to go down some stairs. We're going to start off with some metal stairs. Eventually that's going to turn into some stone stairs. The stone stairs are uneven in places, and sometimes there's a handrail to hold on to, sometimes there's not. So I want you to be safe as we're going down these stairs today. Once we get to the very bottom, there's a pathway that's going to bring us around to our first of 4 ladders. That first ladder is about 12 feet in height, and so everybody here who's going on a tour needs to be able to climb that ladder on your own, unassisted, and to do so safely. And by safely, I mean that we need 3 points of contact at all times. So nothing in your hands as you're going up these ladders. That means no